Welcome back, everybody. This is Matthew, aka the Nucleus Cyborg. Excuse me. It is currently 2:14 p.m. in the afternoon. It is July 9th, 2026, as the recording of this video. As you can tell from the setting of this video, we're in a different location. We are in my bedroom, and the my laptop, my camera here, is sitting on top of my bed. And as you can see in the background, I have my little bedside table here where I keep all my fragrances. And so today's video, we're going to. I've been recently looking at my fragrances. I wear a fragrance every day. I have to go through these fragrances and pick out one that I want to wear on that particular day. I usually look at my phone and the weather app and what temperature is it going to be like, and does it say if it's going to be partly cloudy, sunny, rainy, whatever. And that's how I usually choose. But I have 25 fragrances in my collection, and as someone might expect, once you gather so many fragrances, some inevitably do not get used as often as others. And so I just wanted to go through here and see if I could like narrow them down. Now I've done in the past is that once I've accumulated a lot of fragrances, uh, I've got almost wasted the ones that I decided to get rid of. I would use them as fragrances around the house to just spray, or I would use them on my bed, or I would use them just spray everything on my clothes, just to waste them because I wasn't going to use them anymore. They didn't make the cut. Hopefully not this time, but the ones that don't make the cut, hopefully I will probably use a little bit more on my body on every certain day, just to give them again, you pick from those that don't make the final cut, and to transition, and start transitioning them out. So that's what today's video was going to be about. I've gone on and tried to find every single one of these fragrances. uh, I'm not going to get into too nitty gritty details. I'll give you like a fragrance note or something, how I like the fragrance or dislike the fragrance, or if fragrance is not for me, or something like that. But I'm not going to like break down every single fragrance note and stuff like that. Uh, because I'm just going to try to make this as simple as possible. Now, one thing I want to say before I get ready to go. Excuse me. I am still kind of recovering. I'm not sure if you can hear it in my voice, but I am kind of recovering from. I don't know if it's a cold. I don't know if it's the flu. I don't know if it's just allergies. I don't know. I was up for about 2.5 hours last night, and I was a hacking cough. I'm surprised, it was so violent that I was surprised I wasn't spewing up blood, and my voice box uh, didn't hit the the sink. So anyway, that was probably not necessary story there, but so you know where I'm coming from. Okay, now as you can see from my let's get started. So as you can see from my fragrance collection right there, well, you might not be able to see all the way, but okay. So if you look here at this corner right here, and then when you move to the back corner there, the bottles are arranged by size. So this corner here where you start, right here, is the smallest bottle, and then over here, this back corner, that's the biggest bottle. Not necessarily separated by price, not necessarily separated by season, because that's how I tend to. Oh no, I not situated by season. I don't do that. I situate mine by warm and cold weather, or cooler weather, because here in Kentucky, I've said before, the weather here is so unpredictable that like I said at the beginning, I usually look at the weather app. Whatever the weather app says, that's what I choose to pick from. That's what I pick from on that particular day. But one day it could be cold and rainy and gray, and so that's how I'll pick something. But the next day will be completely opposite, and so I'll pick a nice warmer citrusy fragrance, which excuse me, warm citrusy fragrances don't really work to me. Don't really work that too well here in Kentucky. But anyway, let's move ahead. We'll start with the first fragrance here. This is called Gisada Ambassador, and I believe I heard about this from Michelle Curley on her fragrance channel. Uh, well, I can't recall because I don't watch. I try not to watch fragrance videos anymore because I don't want to see anything. I pretty much got my collection here. I don't really need, any more. Let's try this, try that, because I've already gone through that phase, and as this is another phase of trying to, move things out, ones that I don't use. I don't need to watch that fragrance videos anymore. But like I said, Gisada Ambassador. Most of my fragrances you can find on fragrancenet.com, and so that's what I have gotten most of these from. So fragrancenet.com, I got the small bottle because again I was going to try this one out instead of getting a big bottle. So this is a 1.7 ounce bottle. You're going to get this on the FragranceNet website with the coupon 97.99. So that's with the coupon on fragrancenet.com. And what really got me to got me into this fragrance, what to use it. I do like it. This is one I don't think I'm gonna keep once I use it all. No, it just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. But what got me is when Michelle was reviewing this fragrance on her channel. Uh, it's got mango in there, and mango is my favorite fruit. I was born in Miami. Right next to a mango farm. So, as we were neighbors, I got to know the guy. I got to know the farmer, and he would allow me to come over to his farm because I loved the mangoes so much. I'm telling you, I would probably eat. If I had the opportunity, I'd probably eat like a dozen mangoes a day back when I lived in Miami. But anyway, so he would let me come onto his farm, pick mangoes right off the tree, and so that's what made me try this fragrance out, Quesada Ambassador. The juice inside is a nice amber color. It's very nice. The bottle is very nice. The cap is magnetic. The nozzle works really well. The bottle looks really very attractive. But like I said, this is probably one that I will not get a replacement for once I use this bottle, and so this probably will be getting more use as the next few days and weeks go by. So that's one. That's the first one. But this next one is probably going to. Oh, I love this fragrance. This is one of my top fragrances. I love this fragrance so much. There goes my voice. So there we go. I had to clear my throat. Okay, so this is Tom Ford Ombre Leather. Now this is a 1.7 ounce bottle, but as you can see, this is getting pretty low. I bought a new bottle. I'm not sure if I bought this at a store, department store, or if I bought it on fragrancenet.com. But you can find it on FragranceNet with a coupon 3.4 ounce bottle for $202.99. And this is just the best leather fragrance there is. Hands down, no debate. I love this fragrance. I love wearing it in the fall and the winter time with my leather jacket. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. It's just the price. That's the only thing that I don't like about this fragrance. Oh my gosh, this is just so pretty. This is so beautiful. I wish I could take a bath in this stuff. This is so good. Tom Ford Ombre Leather. So we're one for one. Keep which fragrances I'm gonna keep and which ones I'm gonna phase out. Okay, my next fragrance here. This is called Stronger with You by Emporio Armani, and this is the absolutely flanker. Stronger with You. That was the main fragrance, and now a whole bunch of these Flankers, absolutely, intensely, etc. It's the EDP version. Most of my fragrances are EDP. So yes, the Gasada was, the Tom Ford is, yeah. Some some of them do have the EDT, and some of them are. One, I think one is just cologne, egg cologne, but most of them are EDP versions. Very strong. So I love this one. This is great too. So this will be a keeper. Oh, I love it. I love this fragrance. This is beautiful as well. Uh, what I get from this one, is just a very see, read my notes here. It's just a very nice nutty chestnut is mainly what I get from here. Woodsy or nutty, so like that. You can get this on Fragrance Net with the coupon, 3.4 ounce bottle for $76.99. So for 2 for 3, be keeping this one as well. Now the next one probably not. I saw this one from Monica Conch, I believe that's her name. Get you so you can see the name there. On her fragrance website or fragrance review channel that she reviews, Tadera Hermes or Terra D Hermes. This is okay. This is again, it just doesn't strike me as good enough to keep. Uh, Citrus, and it's got orange and grapefruit, so it's a very citrusy fragrance. And I have another fragrance coming up later that has grapefruit in it, and I think is a much better fragrance. This is okay. It's not a bad fragrance, but it's like a citrusy fragrance, and those don't work here, in my opinion, too well here in Kentucky. But this is a very nice bottle. It's a very unique bottle. The cap on the bottom doesn't come off. You twist it down to reveal the nozzle, and then you'll twist it back up to close it. And then here at the bottom here is kind of very cool. Looks like a capital I. So that's pretty cool. But I probably won't be keeping this one. So okay, then this next one here, I will be keeping this one. This is a very nice one. I like this one. Ancre Noir. That's what I call it, and it has another name at the end. I cannot say right. The Terra D Hermes was the EDT version. Now we have so we're back on the Ancre Noir Liqueur. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know, but this is also an EDT version. Very nice fragrance. I love this fragrance. I like this a lot for my for wet and gray days. It's very earthy. It reminds me of Fangorn Forest. If you've seen the Lord of the Rings, trilogy, and you remember when Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli are walking through Fangorn Forest, and then you know Legolas or no, Gimli, the dwarf says, the air is so close in here. Legolas says this forest is old, very old. That's what it reminds me of. It's like this Fangorn Forest. This is very good, very earthy, and just kind of dark. So it kind of works for those rainy days, which we get a lot of here in Kentucky. So moving on to this next one, I'm probably not going to keep. This is recommended. I think I recommended again from Michelle Curley. This is Narciso Rodriguez Blue Noir. It's okay. It just doesn't really do it for me. It's got vetiver in there, and I like vetiver, but I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. It's a nice fragrance, and I like the bottle. It's kind of like a dark bluish bottle. So it's nice. It's just it's not for me. So I probably won't be keeping this one in my collection. So we got before I transition screens here. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did 6 fragrances. I would say probably it's 3 for 3, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3. What was it? 1, 2, 3. No wait. So no. Sorry, I was counting the bottles themselves, not the. So one, two, three, four, five. So yeah, 6. So not keep, will keep, will keep, not keep. So that's 2 for 2. So will keep, and there's a 3 for 3. So there you go. And so now I'm going to transition the screen here, and we'll continue on uh, to the next couple fragrances. Alrighty, guys, welcome back as we continue this battle of the fragrances, so to speak. So we finished off with um, Narciso Rodriguez right here. So moving on down the line, the next one, oh, this is a keeper. I love this fragrance. I like to wear this too with my leather jacket. This is John Valvatos Dark Rebel. This is hard. This is getting hard to find. Uh, I don't think I found this on FragranceNet.com. Uh, no, where did I find? I think I wonder if I found. I wonder if this is on. It's on eBay. eBay. All right. So this is a very leathery, boozy. This is uh, Captain Jack Sparrow in a bottle. You take a look at Captain Jack Sparrow on the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, uh, and that's just it's just him. It captures him in a bottle. You know, he's like, "Where's the rum?" This smells very boozy. Smells like rum. It's watery, like a wet leather, boozy, leathery. I mean, it's beautiful. It's just a great fragrance. This is definitely a keeper. I love to wear this one as well. So the bottle is very nice. It's got the fleur de lis on the top there, and it's got these like leather straps. Like I said, it's getting hard to find. You can't find it on FragranceNet, Perfume.com. Fragrance websites like that. I had to find it on eBay. So you have to get this one on eBay unless you're lucky enough to find it in a department store. And if you are, I would say go ahead and grab this one. This is a very nice fragrance. I wish I could find a bigger bottle. This is a small bottle. So that's definitely a keeper. Oh, what did I say? Did I give you the price? Okay, John Valvatos Dark Rebel EDT version, and this is $89.99 for a 4.2 ounce bottle. That one on eBay is probably a little bit bigger than this one. I don't think this is a 4.2 ounce bottle. Anyway, alright, so now we're moving on. Next one is also probably a keeper. This is Nautica Voyage. You don't, sometimes simplicity is all that you need. You don't need a fragrance that has a lot. This is a very simple, watery fragrance. Let's say this one you can find on fragrancenet.com. 3.3 ounce bottle with the coupon code. You get to $18.19. Like I said, again, a fragrance net. It's very watery, it's very fresh, and it's crisp green apple. This is a beautiful fragrance. Everybody should have this in their collection. If you're a fragrance collector or just getting into fragrance, everybody should have this one. Nautica Voyage. So this is very good. So we'll keep this one. This next one is difficult to describe. This is La Nuit de la Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. This is a flanker called Blue Electric. Now this one here is actually discontinued, so I cannot get this one unless I really wanted to. You can still find this on eBay, but it's $274.95. So like I said, other people are reselling this. This is not. I mean, they discontinued it, so people bought it and they're trying to resell it. So I think it's under $100 really when they originally started selling this. You can find this. Let's see what's the original EDP Yves Saint Laurent. You can find for what is this here? $139.19 with the coupon code at fragrancenet.com. So you can find the original. So when I use this one up, I might get the original to replace this with. That's the EDP version. So maybe not original. Moving on. This is another keeper right here. I love this fragrance. This is a Spice Bomb Extreme Victor and Rolf. Very nice fragrance. I love this fragrance. I like to wear this again during the cold winter seasons. EDP version. You get a 3 ounce bottle for $139.99 at FragranceNot.com. You have lavender, black pepper, and tobacco. Very nice. Michelle Curley, she likes to call this sex bomb. So, amazingly though, wearing fragrance doesn't really get me any attention. Nobody really comments on it, on if I'm wearing a fragrance, if it's nice or not. The only one I got is a couple of years ago when I used to work at this other shop. Um, I had a not necessarily what I would call a desk job, but I would sit in this area, and another woman that I worked with, she was more of a walk around, and she said to me once, Matthew, I love to, every time I walk by you, because you just smell so nice with the fragrances that you wear. And she commented on the John Rovata Stock Rebel. She commented on this one, and so, but that was a couple years ago, and from a older woman. Even at that time, she probably could have been as old as to be my grandma. So again, I don't really know if that works, if that counts. Now this next one here, I probably will not keep. I just don't reach for this much. Versace Eros, the original. I don't know. Again, this doesn't do it for me. I don't know. Nice bottle, maybe a nice fragrance, but too citrusy. And like I said, as for some reason they don't work here. So we have Versace Eros. This is the EDT version. Okay, well I'm sorry. Go back. The Victor and Rolf. Oh no, I told you this. Never mind. Never mind. So we go back to the Versace Eros EDT. You get a 3.4 ounce bottle for $77.09 with coupon code at FragranceNot.com. It's just not for me. Again, it's not. It doesn't do it for me. It's very citrusy. I don't know. I don't want these ones. I will not be replacing this, and it's almost completely full. I've hardly ever used this. I think I was just out shopping. I think around last Christmas with my grandma or with my mom, and I had some extra money from I didn't spend on people, and so I think I might have bought this for me like last Christmas. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really do it for me. Now this next one I like, but I probably will not be keeping it because I love uh, the Tom Ford ombre leather so much. This is Guerlain Ideal Lahome Ideal, however you want to say it. This is a cherry leather fragrance. Uh, this is again EDP, I believe. Yeah, EDP fragrance. You can get it on Fragrance Net for $108.99 with the coupon code. Again, it's cherry leather. The juice inside is very pretty. Yeah, so you just got kind of got the cherry vibe going on. It's a pale pink or red. It is a nice fragrance. It's just uh ooh it is nice. I don't know. So maybe that's I don't know. I have to see when I find it because I thought I would get rid of it when I phased it out when it ended, but ooh, that is nice. Wow. So I might end up keeping this, but like I say, ombre leather, maybe maybe leather fragrances, leather based fragrances or fragrances with leather would be my thing. Because like I said, we've done the ombre leather. I did the John Volvatos Dark Rebel. Now we're doing this one has leather in it. So like I said, kind of a theme going on where I like leather fragrance. If it has leather fragrances, I like it. So I don't know. This one's up for grabs. I'll have to decide later. But wow, that is very nice. So it's at least got a plus to it. So might end up keeping this one. All right. Well, the next one I know I will end up keeping because you know what? I'm going to make another transition uh, while I get my notes ready. Be right back. Alrighty, guys. Welcome back. Thank you again for watching. We're moving on with fragrance number 13 in my collection, which is a keeper. I love this fragrance. I wear this a lot. Uh, as you can see, this bottle is almost completely full because I wore this fragrance so many times. This is my third bottle of this. This is a Dolce & Gabbana The One. This is the EDP version. Oh my gosh, I love this fragrance so much. Mmm. Ah, wow. This is so good. This is so good. This is probably, I would say this is ranks number one in my collection. I love this fragrance so much. So you can get this on fragrancenet.com. This is again the EDP version, 3.3 ounce bottle, $78.39 with the code. It's got grapefruit, tobacco. For some reason, and when I smell this, every time I get a whiff of this, it reminds me of Christmas. It reminds me of my childhood when I remember one Christmas. It was very white, it was snowing, very cold. And I remember to my old grandmother's house. We went there. We're going there for Christmas, and it was just cold. The snow. You're all in your uh, cold weather gear. You finally walk into the nice warm house. Back a couple years ago, and the house is still there, even though my grandma doesn't live there anymore. And so, unless the new owners have changed the fireplace, it was a wood fireplace. So, for some reason, that gives you a different vibe than the electric fireplaces. So you have the woodsy smells in there, the cold, and then the Christmas tree, which I remember being uh, blown with that white stuff. It loved ones around the fireplace, around the Christmas tree. That's what this reminds me of. So I love this fragrance. This is definitely a keeper. So let's see here. Let's just recap. Maybe not a keeper. Keeper. One for one and one. There's another keeper. There's another get rid of. Maybe. So two for two. So we got another keeper here. And then we have another get rid of. So three for three. We have another one to keep. That's four for three. We have another one here that to keep. That's five. This one I can't. This one is the one that's discontinued. So I don't know. We'll leave it at five for three because I don't know. Okay, and then this one we have a six for three. We have this John Rovatos, no. So six for four. This Ideal I still don't know. We'll have to. I'm leaning on. Actually, I'm leaning on keeping it. So we'll say seven for four. We'll say eight. Now it's eight for four with this one here. So we'll move on. I don't think I'll be keeping this one. Once I get rid of it. This is Office for Men. By Fragrance One. Is that what it was? Office for Men EDP. You have to get it on the website. Um, I don't have it in my notes. Let me see if I can find the website real quick. Excuse me. Yeah, Fragrance One. That's the website. Fragrance One. Fragrance.1. Okay. Now this is the first one that Jeremy Fragrance on his brand came out with. This is the EDP version, Office for Men. This is like a souped up version of the Acqua di Gio Profumo, which was discontinued. So that's why at the time Jeremy Fragrance wanted this his first fragrance to be like this because Acqua di Gio Profumo was being phased out. This is made by Alberto Marias, and excuse me, I bought it because I like Jeremy Fragrance. I followed him for many years, watched a lot of his videos. Excuse me, a lot of my fragrances were inspired by his fragrances. My collection was inspired by uh, his fragrance videos. So I bought one of his fragrances. It's It's $2.49, so it's a little pricey. So that's probably why. And I have other ones that I just enjoy more. I know, again, this is the original bottle that it came in, but as you can see, I'm not exact. The nozzle I took off. I'm not sure what happened, but with the spray, the little thing that you press down to diffuse the fragrance, the diffuser, whatever. Uh, the fragrance wasn't spraying out. It was like a squirt. It was like a squirt gun. It was just coming out in a stream. It wasn't. They wasn't spraying you know going over a wide surface. So I got a. This is just a cheap bottle from Amazon. The juice inside is the same as the. I just replaced the bottle. That's all. Uh, I say it's a very cheap one that you can get on Amazon. That's all. And I just got it on there, so it's clear. It's. I mean, it's very fresh. I mean, it's definitely an office setting. You go in there and you smell fresh. You smell like business. You smell like you're at work. You smell like you're at work. This is again is probably more like a office type of a job and not factory setting. But yeah, so this is nice. I mean, he came out. Jeremy Fragrance. He did a nice job with this. He did. I just don't for the price and some there's a lot of other nice fragrances out there like this for a lot cheaper. I don't see myself getting this again. So this next fragrance is probably going to be a keeper. I found this one when I was at Walt Disney World earlier this year. This is called Patrick. Let's see. Patrick of Ireland cologne. So this cologne, uh, so like I said they again most of them have all been EDP versions. Yeah, the definitely the Office for Men was. Yeah, that's the last one we were on. Okay, so this is this cologne. So this is the other end of the spectrum, in terms of concentration, the fragrance notes. It's a very nice bottle, and I actually like this fragrance. I think the store they had the what is it called? Uh, Patrick of Ireland. The store, yeah, they go down to Downtown Disney, or I keep saying that because I'm old school. It's called Disney Springs now, at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. They have the Ireland store there, and it does have kind of a greenish tint to it. You can't really see it very much. I like it, and so I probably will keep it. It's got kind of that Irishy vibe to it. Let's see, 3.3 ounce bottle. You can get this on fragranceofireland.com for around $40. I paid since I got it on Disney World, I probably paid more about $50. And it's very green and very earthy. It's just like the four leaf clover kind of puts you in mind like that. Like Lucky the leprechaun from the box of cereal vibes like that. Very nice. I probably will end up keeping this one. All right, the next one I think I will end up keeping as well. Excuse me. I believe this was I found this one because of Monica Conch, again from her fragrance website or fragrance reviews. Bentley for Men Intense. Very boozy. As you can see, the bottle is. Yeah, I've used a fair amount. Maybe just a little bit less than half. Very nice. The juice just looks like a cognac, whiskey, and that's what it smells like. It's very boozy. Let's see. You can get this on fragrance.net with the coupon. Relatively cheap. It's $38.49. And it's like I said, very boozy. I like this fragrance. This goes good with a wintertime again with with a nice leather jacket. Okay, the next one's a keeper as well. This one is kind of difficult. This is just difficult to wear. The situation to wear this one is hard, but it smells so good. This is Agar plus Myrrh by Michael Malone. Michael Malone. Yeah, Michael Malone. From London. Let's see. The Bentley was EDP. Yeah, the Bentley was EDP. So this Michael Malone is EDP. This is it's just it's kind of a dark nighttime fragrance. That's the only way I can describe it. It's very bold. It's very captivating. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is very nice. I love that. This is a good fragrance. I don't wear this very often. I said the situation in which to wear this is just very hard. This is like I wouldn't say a new date night for a new date, but if you or had a date that you've been going on for a while, or a woman that you've been going out with for a while, wear this one. This would get her, really into the cuddle phase, and yeah, this is very it's very good. Michael Malone, Agar plus Myrrh, very nice. So this is the keeper as well. Oh my gosh, lots of these are keepers. I think the rest of them are keepers as well. I don't know. Let's see what's on my list here. We got one more on this page. This one here, this is my only Dior fragrance. I have one Dior fragrance, one Chanel fragrance. And so, according to my research, those are the two top fragrance competitors, Dior and Chanel. So I had a Chanel fragrance, which we'll get to a little later in my collection, but I did not have a Dior fragrance. And I don't know, I didn't have one. I wanted one. Not many of them really did it for me. As you can see, I did up going with Dior Sauvage. This is the EDP version. But everybody had Dior Sauvage. Everybody had when you say Dior, what do you think about Sauvage? So I was trying to find something not necessarily unique, because Dior being one of the top competitors in the fragrance game, you're not going to get very uh, unique like that. But so I just finally went ahead with this one. I think I got this at a department store here in Kentucky. Dior Sauvage EDP version. Uh, I pull this out usually when I don't know what else to wear. Uh, Again, probably usually on the. I like to wear this one on the grayer days. I don't know, because I think it has that black pepper in it. Let's see. 3.4 ounce bottles, 178.49 with the coupon at fragrancenut.com. This is a nice vetiver fragrance, and I said earlier that I like vetiver, and so that's why I usually wear it for. I usually wear it for those gray days, which we do get a lot of here in Kentucky, unfortunately. Oh, this is what this next one coming up is a keeper, and is one of my first loves. Uh, this was recommended to me a couple years ago from Jeremy Fragrance on his channel. This is John Valvatos Artisan Pure. Oh, I love this fragrance. Uh, this will probably be the fragrance that I take down. Well, this is the fragrance that I took down to Disney during the summertime or the warm weather. When I go back later this year, it'll be for the winter. So I probably will not be carrying this one, and I'm not sure about Dark Rebel. That one probably won't be my choice either. I only choose one because I can't carry all these fragrances. You can't carry these fragrance bottles either. Like, 'cause carrying liquids, you can only carry so many liquids. I have these travel sprayers. Again, you can get from Amazon. That's usually what I carry. Just one of those, and so I'm thinking that Dolce and Gabbana, the one, is going to be the one that's going to be on my Disney trip for the winter time. But anyway, going back to this one, John Rovatos. This is a very nice white floral fragrance. I love this one. A lot of people say that it's a nice smelling fragrance, but it doesn't project as well. Now, again, what I mentioned earlier is that even though I wear a fragrance every day, I don't get a lot of comments, so it really doesn't matter to me if it projects that well, because if it sits close to me or projects that well, I'm still not getting many compliments, so it really doesn't matter. I like this one. You can get this one. Let's see. Oh, that's on my next. Okay, John Lovato's Artisan Pure. This is the EDT version. You can get a 4.2 ounce bottle with the coupon code for what $41.99 from FragranceNet.com. Again, white floral fragrance for men. Very nice, very nice. No, this is one of my first loves in my collection. I started collecting 3, 4 years ago, maybe. So not too long, but I'd say intermediate level maybe. This next one is a keeper. So Allure, Chanel Allure Home Sport Eau Extreme. I said earlier about the one Dior, one Chanel. This is the Chanel, and this is probably recommended to me. This is probably again one of my first loves, or first fragrances, because when I started saying that I wanted to start collecting cologne, wearing cologne more often, I searched that at YouTube a couple years ago, 3, 4 years, maybe 5 years ago, and a guy named Alex Costa. That was the very first fragrance video that I watched. When I started getting into fragrances, and this is one of the ones that he had on that video. Chanel Allure Home Sport Eau Extreme. Very versatile, very very nice. You can wear this at any situation. It's very nice. I love this fragrance. Let's see. Chanel Allure Home Sport. It was hard to find. Where did I find it? I found this on Amazon. You you oh, I did, but you can only get a 1 ounce bottle. So like I said, this is very hard to find. This is kind of getting hard to find, unless it's maybe better luck at a department store. But it's only a 1 ounce bottle for $219 on Amazon. Uh, I really don't know what notes, what it smells like. Excuse me again. What to tell you besides that, if you don't really, it's a no brainer, really. You can just spray this on, that you smell good. Any situation. Going to the gym or going to church, this is, it's that good. Chanel Allure Home Sport Eau Extreme. This is a very nice fragrance. The next one, again, is probably going to be a keeper. I'm probably not going to be getting rid of very many of these, am I? This is Zadig and Voltaire. This is him. This is a very nice and simple fragrance. Back what I said about Nautica Voyage, you don't need a lot in here. This is just incense. It's kind of like just incense. This is really what it smells like. I wore this to my grandmother's funeral. Back when she passed away. God rest her soul. I miss you, Mama. Anyway, I wore this to her funeral, and at that funeral, I gave my little eulogy there, and so like that. This one. I wore this one. Okay, so Zadig and Voltaire. Let's see. Zadig and Voltaire. This is him. EDT. You can get this one at FragranceNet.com with the coupon code $97.47. Or is that 99? Forgive me, I can't read my own writing. Let me just go on the website real quick. Oh, come on now. This is him right here. Right here? There it goes. Okay, oh darn. This is hard. Might have to go to perfume.com. Just say it only has on the here on the Fragrance Net website a 1 ounce bottle for $34.99. So let's see if we can go to perfume.com. They might have a bigger bottle. This is him. It's already in there. Oh, Sorry, my screensaver goes on. It's I'm not sure if you see it, but I see it. It's and I got the one where it's like a whole bunch of jellyfish that are just floating around. Anyway, here it is. This is a 3.4 ounce EDT Eau de Toilette. 69.47. So you have to go to perfume.com if you want a bigger bottle. But this is very nice, very simple. You don't need a whole lot. Sometimes you just don't need a whole lot in fragrances. Some fragrances have a fragrance note list a mile long. Other ones they just are very simple, and sometimes that's all you need. Very nice. Very, but kind of on the darker side. So like I say, is a funeral setting is actually a very nice setting for this. Okay, we're getting towards the end here. This next one will probably not be being replaced once it's done, just because it doesn't really smell of anything. This is Prada L'Homme. Again, back when I first started collecting fragrances, the original bottle, one of the first bottles of the bottle I purchased, and this is from Jeremy Fragrance, and he recommends this one, Prada L'Homme. And as you can see, I've used a little bit more than half. This is just like a luxury fabric softener. It just smells clean. That's it. You just got out of the shower clean. That's all it smells like. It doesn't really smell of anything. Excuse me. So I probably will not be replacing that. Let's see. Prada L'Homme EDT. You can get a 3.3 ounce bottle for $111.99 with the coupon code for fragrancenet.com. And again, it's just a luxury fabric softener. It's your laundry out of the dryer. That's all it smells like. It doesn't really smell of anything. Now this one here, I don't wear it that often because it's that nice. This is one of my church fragrances. This is Parfums de Marly Layton. You can get this one on FragranceNet. Okay, so FragranceNet.com with the coupon $344.39. So this is a very pricey fragrance. It's a very fresh and citrusy fragrance. Again, what I said about church, this is what I usually pick up to wear to church. It's just that it's that setting. It's nice. Now, when I get up to these, the lower budget end fragrances that are still nice, you don't need to break your budget. But now we're getting up to these when I talk about these higher end, more expensive fragrances, I don't, some people that are wealthy, I saved up for this, okay? I don't just go out there and buy these $300 fragrances out of the blue. I save up for some of these higher end fragrances because I want to have them in my collection. So, but you don't need to break the bank. And so, but I don't wear it that often just because it is that expensive. But some people that can afford to that, for lack of a better terms, waste their money, blow money on fragrances like this, hurrah for you. But if you want something nice like this, invest in it. And special occasion, funeral, wedding, church, situations like that, nice Christmas party or nice business party, something like that. So, but I know Michelle Curley, she likes to say, wearing Layton will get you laid. And so, like I said, but I don't think this is a casual fragrance. And I think, I wouldn't say people are not, this is not something that you wear every day. This is a special occasion fragrance. But it is very nice. Now this one, I don't think I will be replacing. I wanted a Creed cologne or Creed fragrance in my collection. This is Creed Green Irish Tweed. Let's try to say that fast several times. Creed Green Irish Tweed. Creed Green Irish Tweed. Anyway, uh, the bottle is nice, and actually, I did end up using that small one. When I went to buy this one, I I bought a 1.7 ounce, a smaller bottle, 1.5, 1.7 ounce, something around 1 ounce bottle, something, a small bottle. I can't remember from where. And then I bought this bigger one, this 3.4 ounce bottle, for for some reason that other one that I bought wasn't coming. I waited, at least I waited over a month, and it wasn't coming. So I ordered this one. This is the one probably from fragrancenut.com, and then this one showed up, and then like a day or two, the other one showed up. So I used the smaller one first, and then this bottle has hardly been used because I was using the other one, the smaller bottle. This is a nice fragrance, but actually, let's see, this one, the Patrick that I showed you earlier, less than 50. This is less than $50. This, again, you're gonna pay. Is it worth it sometimes to pay for that? So you got Creed Green Irish Tweed. This is on Fragrance Net. 3.3 ounce bottle, $373.79. $373.79. And like I said, then this one is less than 50. These two right here, would be in competition. They smell just as well. So sometimes, just because you can do something doesn't mean that you have to. $50, under $50, over 300. There's no guesswork. This is just fine. So again, I'll probably not be replacing the Green Irish Tweed when it finally runs out. Okay, we're finally on the last one here. And this one, again, I don't know. I don't wear this that often just because it's that type of fragrance. Let me put this one away. Michelle Curley, she finally came out with her own fragrance brand a couple years ago, year or so ago, not very long, just within 5 years. She, Reisiger Parfums. So this is the box. And this is the first fragrance that she came out with, Attraction Fatale. It's a very nice fragrance, it really is. But that's why. Just look at the case that she came out with for this fragrance. Very luxurious, very, very nice. Attention to detail and everything else. So, Michelle Curley, if you ever watch this, way to go, girl. This is just a beautiful box, beautiful bottle, beautiful fragrance, beautiful all around. I don't wear this that often. Again, this is probably those church days type of fragrance. Nice, kind of like a royal blue bottle, and gold lettering and all that. And I don't know, is that supposed to be a lightning bolt kind of symbol on the front? I don't know. Very nice. The cap, I do think, is a little cheap for what you paid for this fragrance, but I don't know. When it comes down to it, the cap doesn't need to be that bad. That doesn't need to be that bad. That good. As long as it covers the cap, and because air is one of the enemies of fragrance. That's why every fragrance bottle comes with a cap, because it's just like soda. If you leave soda sitting, an open soda can sitting out for an hour, a couple of hours, you open it up at the, in the afternoon, before, kind of like after breakfast, but before lunch, and then what you set it down, you walk away, and then you pick it up again for dinner time. It's been sitting out in the air for a while, so it's going to taste watered down. That's why fragrances have caps. Because again, if you set these out without caps, it's your fragrance is going to dilute over time, and so that's why everyone has a cap. And but so it's not that bad, I guess. At least you can. Well, oh gosh, maybe not. You can hold it. Well, jeez, come on now. Stay. Don't move. There it goes. Lucky. I'm sitting not far from the floor and on a carpet. So maybe not. Maybe it is cheap. Okay, so you can hold it at least by the cap, but don't jiggle it because it will fall. But this is a very nice fragrance. Going back to that, I like it. I don't wear it all that often, and I don't spray much. Uh, if you've ever watched some of Michelle Curley's videos, she says to spray to get noticed. So I mean, she's going on there and she's spraying about 12 sprays of whatever she's trying to get noticed. And me, I'm not necessarily. I'm kind of like in between. Uh, it is based on situation. Like say, if I'm going on a flight, I wear fragrance, but I'll probably put like a milder fragrance. Like everybody likes EDP. I mean the one EDP. Everybody so anybody would not like Chanel or Laurent Home Sport Extreme. I don't know why somebody would or probably Dior Sauvage, things like that. I guess you would crowd pleaser. Excuse me. Versatile fragrances like that, but on a situation of a plane, you know, three sprays because everybody's trapped inside of a tube. The air is being circulated. If you're wearing a very heavy heavy fragrance, when you sprayed a lot of sprays, it gets circulated. And everybody's going to start to feel that maybe some people won't like it. And if you spray too much, some people have a more higher tolerance and longer tolerance level than others. You just have to be considerate sometimes. And so, but on fragrance like this, I only spray three fragrances wherever I go because it's that strong, that luxurious, and kind of a little expensive, a little bit on the pricey side. Not too bad. Attraction Fatale by Reisiger, so you have to go to the website, her website. And it's 275. Um, so you got a lot going on, as in fragrance notes. So it's for passion and seduction in a bottle. Passion and seduction in a bottle. Now I've wore this and a lot of reviews, other videos you can see on YouTube. People that have bought this and they tried to wear it. That's what she came up with this for, is trying to so you get noticed. It's funny. I've never got noticed. Like what I've said before about I hardly get noticed with my fragrances. I've never got noticed with this. Nobody's ever told me, "Oh wow, or nobody's ever said, "Wow, what are you wearing? That smells so good." But I still like this one. So that's probably going to be a keeper as well. Going through this video, it turns out it appears that I'm not going to be getting well, not, or phasing out. Let's say that instead of getting rid, phasing out fragrances as many as I thought I was. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6. Well, let's go back. Let's take this one out because so go back to 5, 6, 7. So and possibly 8. Just 8 out of 25. It doesn't look like I'll be getting rid of much, am I? Uh, I I was just hoping I was kind of maybe trying to see if I could cut it down in half, but maybe not. Uh, I picked some good ones. For me, that's another thing too. Over the years, I found is you got to find out what works for you, what works for where you live, what you like, not necessarily what everybody else likes, crowd pleaser likes. Now, inevitably you're going to get some of those. You're going to get those Tom Ford ombre leathers that everybody likes. You're going to get those Dolce & Gabbana, the ones that everybody likes. You're going to get that Dior Sauvage that everybody likes in your collection. But some of them are unique that not a lot of people are going to like. Now, some people might like the Stronger With You, but they might not. They might not like the flanker that you got. So they absolutely, they might not like the Parfums de Marly. They might not like the Attraction Fatale. This Agar and Malure, I've never seen anybody else with this. I found this, and I found this at a department store. If you go to Walt Disney World in Florida, now I'm not exactly sure where it is, but there's a department store, big outdoor mall, because here in Kentucky, malls are inside, or stores in the mall are inside. So you have a department store, mall, shopping center near Walt Disney World that has it's outdoors. You walk from one store, you go inside, walk out of, and then you walk down to your next store. Outside. Uh, it's a fragrance store outlet that they had. I found that, and I found this down in Orlando, Florida, in one of those shops. So and then this one that I pulled out, this is up for debate. I'm not sure if I want to get rid of this or not. I thought I was going to because ombre leather is my favorite. I love this, but this leather fragrance is very nice too. And Guerlain is a nice fragrance brand. So I don't know, but at least 7 will be phased out. I'll probably be using those a lot more in the past couple of weeks, past couple of days. Not as in a goal, or not as in a way to waste them. I've done that in the past. I've bought fragrances, and when you invest in fragrances, sometimes it's best to go samples, and best to go things like what they call it, fragrance bird or something like that, where you can try it out. Fragrance net does have trial bottles where you can try that. But sometimes it's better to go that route so you can try them and not necessarily break your wallet to try a lot of fragrance and get a lot of fragrance bottles. Waste money, waste bottles, and so I did it. I did that in the past, but I love almost every single one of the ones in my collection. So this is not it's not an effort to get or goal to waste them, but some of these will probably get a little bit more attention in the next couple of weeks. Here, since we're still in the summer, the Isada would probably go well. Let's see, the Stronger With You, absolutely. Uh, it's got a lot of notes in there. I think this is kind of versatile. You can, but since I told you it's got the like nut and almond, or no, what did I say? It's not almond. Is it chestnut? What did I say? Stronger With You, nutty chestnut. So, I guess that would kind of it gives me more of a winter vibe, but that one, then this Terre Hermes, obviously that's citrusy. That's obviously warmer weather. Now this Narciso Rodriguez Blue Noir, that's warmer weather. Let's see here. Now this Versace Eros, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what to do with this fragrance. I don't. Since it's hardly been used, maybe I could gift it to somebody, or just give it to a friend of mine. I'm not sure. The only thing I know about this, I can't really give you fragrance notes. I'm not a critic, okay? So I can't give you fragrance notes, but it is kind of on the citrusy side, and I think Jeremy Fragrance in several of his videos he said that this is a clubbing fragrance. So I'm not sure. I guess it might project a little bit better, but I don't know. Versace Eros is I think I got it because it was very pleasing, crowd pleasing. So that's why I got it. But it doesn't really do it for me. Now the Office for Men, like I said, I just don't. I don't get it. It's like you got a lot of other nicer fragrances out there that are just like that, and you don't need to pay, almost $300 for a fragrance like that. The same with the Prada wasn't. I mean, it's a luxury. It is a name brand, but don't really need that. The Green Hours Tweed again. The Patrick just does fine. The same thing for a fraction of the cost. But anyway, I thank you all for watching me this far and helping me see me go through my collection here that I've accumulated over time. I'm pretty much done. Like I said, the newest one that's in my collection is the Patrick. And like I said, if you're in shops at Walt Disney World or just shops like that, you're on vacation. You're on vacation, and you go into a shop that sells fragrances and you try them. And these are not. I'm not sure if this is necessarily what you would call name brand. Like I said, I didn't find it on Fragrance Net. I had you have to go directly to their website. So you can add fragrances like that. But I'm pretty much done with buying fragrances. You know, shopping. I'm not going to shop for any more fragrances. If with intent to buy. If I shop, and I get done with one, I see something that I might like, I might try it. If I'm at Macy's or if I'm at J.C. Penney or something like that, I just walk around, and I'm walking through the fragrance thing, and I see something, I smell something that I'm like, ooh, I might try that, and I like it enough, I might buy it, but I'm not. I didn't go into the fragrance. I was passing through the fragrance aisle. I wasn't there to shop. I'm not shopping for it. I think that's what I'm doing now. I'm pretty much done buying fragrances. Uh, Wasted enough money, so to speak, in enough time. So, anyway, again, thank you for watching this video and sticking with me this long. If you wear fragrance yourself, tell me down in the comments what do you wear. If you wear anything in here in my collection, you can tell me what it is. What of my collection do you think is the best? What would you pick out? Things like that. Tell me some comments down below. Like this video, please. I'm still trying. I've been trying to build up my channel again. From the first go, it still wasn't that much. But since I lost all my content, it's even less now. And I'm probably not going to end up being a YouTuber. There's so many gaps in between my videos that because I don't really have content that I go with. I guess a general thing would be my interests. That of course, but I think everybody it's their interests, but it's not really unique enough to have a YouTube video about. So, but I still have dreams to one day have one of those plaques, in the background that I see some of the YouTubers have. Anyway, so please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and help me to grow again. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Great day. Thank you. Bye.